Question from Magomed. If you absolutely dominate Alex in this fight, if he understands that he's got no way out in this fight, do you think you'll send him back working in the tire shop? Yeah, we're planning on absolutely dominating him on Saturday. We're going to make sure that Shama has no chances on Saturday. And whether or not he stays in the sport or decides to go back to the tire shop, that's going to be up to him. He's going to be the one that has to make that decision.
A few moments later.
And, as we all know, that's exactly why we love this sport. Because in the end, only one side managed to prove its words inside the cage, turning all the trash talk into dust and silence. So sit back, hit that like button, and welcome to another episode of You Gotta Answer for Your Words.
I'd like to say that I see that in this fight, everyone is against me. Everyone's saying, Shama, Shama, Shama. But guess what? Shama time is over. After this Saturday night, after the fight, you will all love me. Saying Shama now are going to be saying, no, Shama, it's Ankalaev time.
As you remember, the first fight between Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira took place in March 2025. According to Poatan himself, he accepted that challenge, but claimed he was only 30% ready. So, when Ankalaev walked away with the decision win, the public wasn't exactly shocked.
Decision and undisputed UFC light heavyweight.
But Alex Pereira wasn't done. He immediately called for a rematch, contacting UFC officials directly to make it happen. Despite critics predicting that the Brazilian would flee to heavyweight, just as he did after his saga with Israel Adesanya, Pereira stood his ground. The MMA world debated, would Poatan move up, or would he stay to hunt down his revenge? And somehow, a narrative emerged that as long as peak Ankalaev ruled the division, there was nothing left for Pereira here.
UFC 320, October 4th, T-Mobile, Las Vegas. The champ, Magomed Ankalaev, defends his belt against Alex Pereira.
Dana White didn't exactly beam with excitement, but he made it official anyway. October 4th, main event, UFC 320. Something massive was coming. Pereira promised to show the real version of himself this time. No excuses, no 30%. Meanwhile, Ankalaev, confident after their first fight, brushed it off as childish talk. Nothing but noise for the cameras.
You know, obviously there was a lot of things said on my side. There's a lot of things said from his side. There was misunderstandings in between. And, you know, all of this stuff just added a lot more aggression to the fight and to the build-up of the fight. And I think we should expect a more aggressive second fight than the first fight, which is going to be something that the fans expect. And I think they're not going to be disappointed in what they see.
On the Countdown show, one of your coaches said about Alex that he was like an old kickboxer who's slow and doesn't have like the true knockout power. I'm just wondering if you agree with that assessment about Alex.
The coach said, then yes, I agree with it, and we're going to make sure to prove it.
Yeah, there is a rivalry. I think he's bothered by me. It's not on my part, but you know what happened at the PI, and then you know sometimes I'll see him, he'll move somewhere else. So it feels like he's bothered, but I can't answer for him. I think that back before the first fight, he wanted to kind of create a storyline saying that I wouldn't accept the fight, that I didn't want to fight him and all that. So now there's a little bit of a rivalry, so there's a small story there to be told. Obviously, I'm here to win. We can't control everything, but I'm here to win. And I think that in the last fight, I wasn't able to show a lot. And now this time I had time to really prepare, and I think I'm going to be able to show everything that I've improved and everything I've been learning.
The tension exploded when the two allegedly clashed at a hotel. According to Poatan, the Dagestani champion hid from him at the UFC Performance Institute, a jab that Pereira wasted no time posting on social media. Ankalaev didn't take it lightly. They met face-to-face later that night. A brief exchange through a translator, but the message was clear. The storm was coming. What followed was pure chaos. Weight cuts, dark interviews, thinly veiled insults.
My bad blood towards him started because of the interview that I saw that he did where he said that I hid from him, that I was scared of him. And so that really got me mad once I saw that interview. So I wanted to confront him. I wanted to see him, and end up running into him in the PI. And I just told him, like, hey, you were looking for me. You thought I was hiding from you. Well, here I am. You found me. So what now? Why were you saying those things when it's not true? And he started to kind of backpedal a little bit and saying, like, whoa, a PI worker, a girl, a young lady, somebody said that once he knew that I was there, that I was hiding. So I don't know where he was coming from with these excuses, but what I saw in a flash is something different from what he writes or the interviews that he gives when I'm not there. So, I saw that he was trying to backpedal, so I kind of, let off the gas a little bit, but that's where this bad blood's come from.
By the time the UFC 320 press conference arrived, the rivalry had evolved into all-out psychological warfare. The crowd was clearly behind Pereira, and the champion faced waves of jeers and pressure. But Ankalaev stayed composed, answering every loud question from the stands with his trademark calm.
I'll defend my title on Saturday, and whoever is next, I'm gonna just keep knocking them out. There's a lot of new guys on the come up. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, it's a little disrespectful. Everybody knows my history in the sport. Everybody knows my history that I had with alcohol and how I inspire a lot of people. A lot of people look up to me. So he could either motivate people and inspire people or let me do it. But on October 4th, it's all over.
The reason he became a champion is because I wasn't there. And now I'm here. I'm gonna put a stamp on this on Saturday, beat him again, and then all the questions will be answered. I want to prove everyone wrong and let people know that who's the real champion here.
He's been lying since the first fight. He said that I turned down fights against him, that I said no. Dana's right here. He can confirm it. Just ask Dana.
This guy never turns down fights, ever. When he's injured, when he's not injured, this guy doesn't give a shit. He's on vacation. He says yes and comes, believe me.
Firing me up. It's okay. I'm gonna punish your boy. Saturday night, I'm gonna beat him up like he stole something from me. Them booing me doesn't mean they don't like me. It's just, the reason is I keep beating their favorite fighters and they're just mad at me. I can't do nothing about it. Now I'm here. I'm gonna put a stamp on this on Saturday, beat him again, and then all the questions will be answered.
On Saturday, your manager won't be there to help you.
Shama.
His coach was telling him to ask questions. He's like a little puppet, it's just so he doesn't come off as looking as bad. He said I owed my body. He said a lot of things because they know that I'm better. The improvement that I've made, the things that I've done, they know that I'm better.
Shama.
People who are booing me, they're really lighting me up. So I'm very hyped, and on Saturday, I'm gonna finish this man.
Or so it seemed. Because for once, the usually stoic Dagestani looked different. More emotional, more irritated. Maybe, just maybe, Poatan had finally gotten inside his head.
I did not expect him to talk so much. I didn't know he was going to talk all that stuff, but he started, we answered. Yeah, there's definitely a certain concentration now. There's a certain anger that I have inside. I want to get there faster. I want to make sure that our fists do the talking. We figure out what that issue between us is with our fists and close this chapter. This is how I feel about it. I'm motivated to do that.
It all started with the time when he was the champion and I was the contender, but he was ducking me and I had to fight other people. He kept ducking me, and I used to call him out on Twitter, say stuff about him that he was ducking me. I was just talking facts. And then now that he's in my position, he's no longer a champion. I think he's just drawing attention, trying to say something just to get people hyped up and stuff. But it doesn't matter to me. When we step in there next week, I'm going to show who's who and retain this title.
After the final stare down, when Pereira smirked and said, "I'm not going back to the tire shop," everyone knew the talking was over. Every strategy, every ounce of preparation, mental, physical, tactical, was now sharpened to a razor's edge. All that was left was war.
I think what's going to be the advantage is the energy, the way that my body's feeling. You know, that fight was a very close fight, even though I wasn't feeling great. So I think it was a close fight. In this fight, I'm going to have the advantage just because of everything that's been going great.
As I said before, this is going to be a whole different fight. The first fight was a feeling out process. I felt what he feels like. I won the fight. Now I know what he's like. This fight, a whole different ballgame.
And then it happened. What unfolded inside the octagon that night shocked even the wildest dreamers and the boldest bettors. Alex Pereira unleashed absolute destruction. The disrespect erased, the narrative rewritten. With stone fists and merciless precision, Poatan obliterated Magomed Ankalaev in seconds, reclaiming the undisputed light heavyweight championship in the most brutal fashion imaginable. No scriptwriter could have penned a more shocking twist. Ankalaev was locked on Pereira's straight left, trained for it, expected it, and got caught because of it. He never saw the overhand right coming. That's what happens when you focus too much on one weapon. You start reacting instead of reading. Pereira's corner set the trap perfectly. They wanted him waiting on that left so the right could land clean. Smart game plan, perfect timing. Classic Pereira, and credit to the team too. So what did you think of this outcome? Did you expect the return of Poatan's power? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. And of course, smash that like button if you enjoyed this one. Until next time.